Good morning. Thanks for joining us for the News 12 FastCast. I'm Nick Proto. Catholics in Vatican City are able to view the late Pope Francis's body in St. Peter's Basilica. Here at home, people are remembering their connection to the Pope. Father Jacob Almeter is the pastor at Most Holy Trinity Catholic Church here, and he shared his own interaction with the Pope before he passed. He says the Pope gave him a blessing as he was driving by during his trip to Rome. It's a story so many share, making this a personal loss for many people. He told us about the impact their interaction had on him.
Actually personally gave me a little blessing as he was driving by. I was in Rome, and he was in the Pope Mobile, and I was there on a pilgrimage. And I was actually on the rail. I kind of reached out my hand, was kind of waving to him, and he actually bent over toward me because he saw I was a priest, and he gave me a little blessing like that, and that was really neat. It was neat to experience that, that he singled me out in that way.
Pope Francis's funeral is set for 4 a.m. Saturday here local time, and we'll have the procession live on News 12 26. Aiken County deputies arrested 48-year-old Elena Herrera Cruz in connection to a hit and run from earlier this month. Aiken public safety officers say they responded to a crash on York Street April 4th between a vehicle and a person. Several witnesses say a white van drove off. After further investigation, the suspected van was found on Wellshad Lane. In the incident report, authorities wrote she admitted to being that driver. She's charged with 1 count of hit and run and more. No word yet on the extent of the victim's injuries. One person is dead after 2 trucks collided in Bamberg County. South Carolina Highway Patrol says the crash happened yesterday afternoon on Earhart Road at Thunder Road. They say a Ford F-150 was driving on Thunder Road when it collided with a Ford F-250 at the intersection. The victim was a passenger from the F-150 who died from their injuries at the hospital. 2 passengers in the other truck were unharmed. Aiken County deputies arrested 2 teens in connection to an armed robbery at a Dollar General on Edgefield Highway Sunday. 17-year-old Eric Woodham and 18-year-old Robert McCall Jr. are charged with armed robbery, possession of a weapon during a violent crime, and grand larceny. Deputies say the pair robbed the store at gunpoint and stole a victim's car. Deputies tried a traffic stop when they found the car, but the car didn't stop, resulting in a chase. After the suspects ran away, deputies used a drone and dogs to search for them. That led to Woodham's arrest. McCall was arrested that next morning. Orangeburg community members are mourning the loss of a Claflin University student. Deputies say O'Brien Grant was killed Saturday morning by Nathaniel Grant, no relation, just miles from the university campus. Family friends of O'Brien Grant are now remembering his impact in the community and local church.
I would say that, as far as I know about him, he was one of the guys that if I had to choose to want to be around him all the time, he would be one of those persons. We're devastated. And especially the way that it's panning out now, it's making it all of the worse.
A funeral is set for O'Brien this Saturday at Lake Marion High School. Authorities say there is no relation between O'Brien Grant and the suspect Nathaniel Grant. They say Nathaniel used a stolen gun to shoot O'Brien before driving off in his car. Nathaniel Grant was arrested earlier this week and charged with murder, grand larceny, and possession of a weapon during a violent crime. A shelter prepares for one of its largest fundraisers. Garden City Rescue Mission is finding solutions through funding so they can keep serving the men who walk through their doors. Today, they're having a live benefit where you can tune in to learn about what they do and how to help. The executive director says they're at capacity nearly every night, at times having to turn people away.
We're looking to expand possibly our property so that we can get a warehouse, take our warehouse out of this building, put it in a separate building. And then I could see us finishing off our warehouse and turning it into more dorm space.
He says all the money raised will go towards their recovery program, outreach program, and Friday showers. They hope to raise $50,000. That's from 5 to 8 p.m. again tonight. Also today, disaster case managers will be in Aiken County to help with any ongoing Hurricane Helene recovery. Here's some video from the last time they were here about a month ago. From 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the North Augusta Community Center, you can meet with a case manager. Just bring your ID and social security number. The Richmond County School System says there's going to be a community food distribution today. You'll need to go to the Success Center at the Tubman Education Center. Organizers plan to give out food from 9 a.m. to noon or until all the food is gone. And Serenity Behavioral Health's Community Support Services is hosting their annual resource fair today. The director says they want to connect people and families to health care, job opportunities, housing assistance, haircuts, and much more. You'll find everything you may need at May Park from 10 to 2. Let's send it over to First Alert meteorologist Tim Strong now for a check at the weather.
All right, thank you, Nick. There's still just 2 little areas, one just about done. We're looking out towards Athens, where there was some rain kind of holding together around parts of Tolliver, Wilkes County, and down around Johnson and Emmanuel County. Both areas seeming to finally rain themselves out here. But that's really been the only areas of rainfall that we've had since about midnight last night. Now the metro and areas off to the west dealing with a little patchy dense fog still around the Thompson area. I'd say between Gibson, Thompson, south of Washington, Georgia, you've got visibility down to about 0. Also not looking that great for Bamberg, Allendale, Screven County. Visibility also down to about 0 and into Columbia. So there's been some trouble spots with dense fog. The Augusta Metro hadn't really been one of them here just outside of our studios. I-20 Riverwatch Parkway looking fine. We've got a little broken cloud cover, but skies are mostly cloudy. We're in the 60s. Mainly between 62 and 65 degrees from Aiken to Evans. 61 Barnwell all the way in Sylvania. You're at 63 with dense fog. Lower 70s pulling in here by 10, 11 o'clock, and highs start moving their way up towards the 80-degree mark, but there's going to be the chance of showers and afternoon thunderstorms once again. Between now and midday, not so much of the rain chances, but anytime I'd say after 2 p.m., and this is a look at 5 o'clock, we're going to have those isolated storms in there. Temperatures anywhere between the 70s and 80s. Obviously, any areas that hit the rain will definitely drop quickly. Now, we also could be dealing with some late night showers and storms. This is midnight, so that may continue. Some storms fall off, more generate here, a little bit more energy into early tomorrow morning. So we could be looking at a wet start to Friday, not so much between 8 o'clock in the morning to midday. It's a lower impact for rain chances late tomorrow afternoon. But then Friday night and early Saturday, we could again look for showers and storms to be moving through. This is at 2 a.m. in the morning, so that'll drive right across the Augusta-Aiken area. But by the time the sun is coming up, skies are cloudy. We'll get into a drier forecast. Wind shift more to the northwest and should be turning out to be a nice Saturday afternoon. Just about a 20% chance or less for a late day storm on Saturday. Sunday through Wednesday, dry, and we'll warm back up too. We fall back down about 80 on Sunday, only to return to a summer-like feel by next Tuesday and Wednesday with upper 80s, 88 degrees. Have a great day.